Hello, chismosas y chismosos, and welcome back to Bay Area Housewife of True Crime, where I like to tell the stories of the real cucuys and lloronas of the world. I'm Audrey, a paralegal turned stay-at-home mom who loves true crime. The cases I cover are wild, topics may be triggering. Viewer and listener discretion is strongly advised. The people mentioned are innocent until proven guilty in court. With all that being said, grab your hot Cheetos and let's get started on today's case. On March 16th of 2012 at around 6 a.m., 15-year-old Sierra LaMar left her home to go to school and was never seen again. At 7 a.m., she posted her last selfie on her social media account. At 7:11 a.m., she sent her last text to her friend. They were planning on discussing their school assignments and share makeup. You know, girl stuff. Sierra had been living in Morgan Hill, California for 5 months, and she had been unhappy with the move from Fremont and with her mom's relationship with her live-in boyfriend. Sierra still had friends in Fremont, and her mom would often drive her out to see them, but it was hard because they were no longer allowed to spend the night at her dad's house. Steve was a convicted pedo bear. In fact, he was on probation for molesting 3 of Sierra's friends during a sleepover. Sierra LaMar was born on October 19, 1966 to Marlene and Steve LaMar in Fremont, California. Sierra had an older sister named Danielle. Marlene and Steve's relationship deteriorated after he had the propensity to inappropriately touch his daughter's friends. They got divorced and Marlene moved on. She met Rick Gardner and things with him were going so great that they decided to get a house together, and so they did. And the blended family moved to Morgan Hill, California. Rick had a daughter named Ashley, and she split time between her mom's home and the new home. By Marlene LaMar's own admission, the move from Fremont to Morgan Hill had not been a smooth process. However, in the weeks leading up to Sierra's disappearance, she seemed like she was coming around to the idea and getting used to her new routine. On March 16, 2012, before Marlene left home for her job as an occupational therapist at around 6 a.m., Marlene went into Sierra's room to make sure she was getting ready for school. Marlene gave her a hug and a kiss goodbye and told her that she loved her. The night before, they had discussed Sierra's school assignment that involved mental health related to teenagers. Sierra usually walked to the bus stop and hopped on the 7:25 a.m. pickup to school on the corner of Palm and Doherty. Marlene called her daughter several times during the day and sent her text messages without a response back. When she got home from work and Sierra was not there, she began to panic, and as it was usual for Sierra to get home before her or her boyfriend, Marlene drove to Sierra's school and did not find Sierra there. Marlene called Steve and he didn't know where Sierra was either. Marlene's worry turned into panic when at 6 p.m. came by and she received an automated email from Sierra's school letting her know that her daughter had not attended classes the entire day. At 6:27 p.m., Marlene called 911 and reported her 15-year-old daughter missing. Where could she have gone? Sierra had exercise-induced asthma and was known to carry around her inhaler. She was still a minor who depended on her parents. She did not have a car or a bank account. What she did have was a phone and a juicy bag she carried with her stuff for school in it. This case received news coverage almost immediately, with the first articles mentioning her disappearance as early as March 17, 2012. The Santa Clara County Sheriff's Office were looking for a 5'2" slim teen girl with olive complexion, beautiful brown eyes, long dark hair. A $35,000 reward for information leading to her return was offered. Sierra was a sophomore at Sobrado High School. She lived west of the Monterey Highway and near the intersection of Doherty and Palm Ave in Morgan Hill, California. Police dogs tracked her scent from her home and then lost her scent on Doherty and well before she would have arrived at her bus stop on Palm Ave. Sierra's phone was found the next day, Saturday, around 7 p.m. at the corner of Scheller Ave and Santa Teresa Boulevard, less than a mile from her home. 2 days after going missing, her bag was found on March 18, 2012. Ever so trendy, a bag I once owned myself, a velvety juicy couture bag, had a change of clothes neatly folded inside. Police were interviewing people at her current school, Sobrado High School, and Washington High School in Fremont, California, where she attended school prior to transferring to Morgan Hill that previous fall. Morgan Hill School District bus driver Kim Kirkpatrick testified that Sierra rode her bus most weekday mornings, but she did not pick up Sierra that morning. She even looked out to see if she was running late. Brittany Stonehouse testified that she met Sierra in October or November of 2011. They became close friends. Brittany said Sierra did not mention anything about having plans to run away. The day before Sierra was taken, Brittany let her borrow a San Jose Sharks sweatshirt. The plan was for Sierra to return it on March 16th of 2011, but she never got the chance to do so. Among the articles of clothing scattered on the field was Brittany's Sharks sweatshirt. Brittany did not know where Sierra could have gone. Carissa Pugh testified that she met Sierra when she transferred to Sobrado High School. They became friends, and Sierra would bring makeup for Carissa to school since she wasn't allowed to wear any. She also didn't know where Sierra could have gone. Rochelle Green was also a student at Sobrado High School and Sierra's friend. Rochelle, Carissa, and Sierra had a shared journal they passed around. Rochelle testified that Sierra had been having a hard time emotionally lately and used marijuana to self-medicate and had expressed wanting to try coke with a friend named Jocelyn. Alexandra Kendrick testified that she was on the cheer squad with Sierra at Sobrado High School up until Sierra unexpectedly quit the team. The day Sierra went missing, they had plans to hang out after school. Jocelyn Del Rio testified that she had known Sierra for the past 7 months. They often rode the bus together. She didn't know Sierra as someone who skipped school often, and they had plans to go to the movies over the weekend.